Have you ever thought about what happens when a whole city just dies? Well, today, we're basically crime scene investigators, but for history. We're going forensic on some of India's greatest vanishing acts, dusting for fingerprints on the ruins of entire civilizations. Okay, just picture this. A massive city, right? Absolutely buzzing with thousands of people. And then, one day, complete silence. The people? Gone. But here's the crazy part. There's no sign of a fight, no bodies, nothing. It's just empty. That's the cold case we are cracking open right now. All right, let's get into it. Our investigation kicks off with case file number 1, the Harappan Enigma. And listen, this isn't just some dusty old mystery. We're talking about a puzzle that has had the world's best archaeologists totally stumped for like 100 years. Seriously, you gotta forget everything you think you know about the ancient world. We're talking 4,500 years ago, and the Harappans were building these incredible cities with grid-like streets, bricks that were all the same size, and get this, the world's first ever urban drainage systems. I mean, their Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro, a total engineering marvel. This was a civilization on the same level as ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia, a real superpower of its day. So for all that incredible sophistication, it seems like they just vanished. Poof! Archaeologists have looked everywhere, and they found zero evidence of a war. No big stockpiles of weapons, no mass graves. It's almost like an entire civilization just punched out at the end of their shift and never came back to work. So weird. Okay, so the investigators, they've got a list of suspects. The usual culprits. Did the Indus River, which was basically their lifeblood, suddenly betray them and change its course? Or was it a massive climate shift, with terrible floods and then crippling droughts? Maybe a huge earthquake or a deadly epidemic. I mean, every one of those theories sounds plausible, right? But here's the thing. Not a single one can fully explain how hundreds of sites over this huge area were just quietly and neatly abandoned. And that leads us to this, just mind-blowing possibility. Could this have been the single most organized mass migration in all of human history? I mean, did an entire civilization just collectively agree, all right, everyone, time to go, and peacefully leave their homes behind forever? The sheer scale of that it's almost impossible to even wrap your head around. All right, time to switch gears. Our investigation is now diving, literally, from the dusty plains deep into the ocean. Let's open up case file number 2, the Sunken Kingdom. For centuries, people thought the golden city of Dwarka was just a myth, a fairy tale. But then, these marine archaeologists, we're talking scientists with sonar and robots mapping the ocean floor, started poking around off the coast of Gujarat. And what they found, it should have been impossible. They found stone walls, paved roads, the unmistakable layout of a whole city, all of it 40 meters underwater. The legend, it was real. So we know what happened to Dwarka, right? The ocean just swallowed it. But that's where the mystery actually gets deeper. The city is spooky well preserved down there, which raises the question, did they know it was coming? Did they get some kind of warning? Was there a massive, orderly evacuation just before a tsunami or a sudden rise in sea level literally wiped their world off the map? So, in our first 2 cases, nature seems to be the main suspect. But for case file number 3, well, the cause of destruction is something a lot more familiar, and honestly, a lot more tragic. We're talking about human hands. Over in Kalibangan, in Rajasthan, the evidence is literally scorched right into the ground. Archaeologists dug up a city that was just completely consumed by fire. We're talking charred houses, thick layers of ash, even fireplaces that were abandoned halfway through a meal. It all points to a sudden, terrible firestorm. But the real kicker? No one ever came back to rebuild. The city was just left to the desert, a ghost town frozen in that last fiery moment. Okay, so from a city of ash, we're now turning to one of just unimaginable wealth and splendor, the Vijayanagara Empire. This place was the envy of the entire world. I mean, travelers from Europe wrote back home about markets literally overflowing with gold and palaces covered in jewels. This wasn't just a city, it was like a real-life treasure chest. But you know the saying, all that glitters isn't gold. And in the year 1565, all that glitter just ran out. After one single crushing defeat in battle, the Battle of Talikota, the whole empire just crumbled. And what came next wasn't some slow, quiet decline like the others. Oh no, this was a systematic, brutal annihilation. The incredible capital city was looted and burned for months. Temples were torn down, its people scattered to the winds. Vijayanagara wasn't lost, it was murdered by human greed and war. So, we've looked at the evidence from these historical crime scenes. What's the final verdict? What's the one thing that connects all these very different stories of cities that just disappeared? This is the key takeaway right here. A city isn't just bricks and stones. A civilization, at its heart, is a network of shared ideas, of shared values. It's the collective will of a people to build something together. Think of it like this. The buildings are just the hardware. The culture, the ideas, that's the operating system. And that, right there, is the ultimate lesson from all of this. It doesn't matter if the final blow comes from a flood, a fire, or an army. The city itself, it only really dies after the ideas that built it have already failed. When people stop believing in each other, when their shared purpose is lost, that's when the walls start to crumble. The ruins we see today, they're just the tombstone for a spirit that was already long gone. And that brings our whole investigation right to our doorstep. To today. You and me. We live in these huge, complex cities, bigger than anything the world has ever seen. But the ghosts of Harappa, Dwarka, and Vijayanagara, they're whispering a warning to us from the past. Their story is written, their history. The real question is, are we paying attention? Are we listening to their stories? Or are we just going to become another cold case for the investigators of the future to puzzle over?